let's move on to Brexit, shall we? Have a little look at the latest poll for the European elections. That should be appearing in just a few moments. It's certainly
you need
not.
To show me. I'm probably
you know how difficult things are
for
the Conservative Party there.
Yeah.
The Greens have leapfrogged you in this poll for YouGov. I mean, why are things going so wrong?
Well, firstly, it's a vote which we weren't expecting to have, so many people won't even participate in that. 2014, the vote took place for European elections. I think the turnout was about 32%. So this is not a second referendum. It is an opportunity to express your anger, your frustration at this government. We promised to deliver Brexit, and we're still found wanting. And that's why you see these numbers here as well. And that is absolutely understood. But we also need to recognise the fact that we need to get a deal. We need to actually move forward with this. And that's why the Prime Minister will come back in June, first week of June, and present the withdrawal agreement bill itself, which is phase one. Let's make it clear. It's how you depart. It's the agreement of the divorce, if you like.
And the difficulty is, I mean, the easy bit for the government to rally around is that you want to see a deal. The difficult bit is what happens if that deal, as expected, doesn't pass Parliament. When I spoke to the Brexit Secretary, we'll have a look at the interview a little later on the programme, and he said that if the withdrawal agreement fails, then preparations for no deal need to be sped up apace, as he put it. Do you think that's right?
He has to say that because that is the legal background in which we face. We end up at the 31st of October. If there's nothing on the table and we don't get a further extension or support from the EU, then that's the legal default that we go to. And it's obviously correct that we actually have contingency preparations for that. But I make it very clear that no deal is not a destination. No deal is not where you want to end up. It's where you accidentally go if we don't actually have a deal itself.
Would you prefer to see no Brexit rather than no deal?
I don't even want to entertain those questions. I think they're unhelpful. We need to focus on
But those are the questions that we have to entertain because this is going to be the fourth time that the deal is put to Parliament. The talks have collapsed between Labour. I mean, these are the difficult questions we need to ask, aren't they?
Well, let's see what happens next week because you're looking back. We now know the Prime Minister will speak more of the bold initiatives that she's putting forward and an opportunity in June. But I stress again of what no deal actually means. No deal is, firstly, I understand the frustration of Britain saying, why is it you've not landed it? No deal is clinical, it's clean, let's just do it, let's get away, I'm frustrated with the EU. But look at the detail. That's what I invite people to do. A bit like a divorce. You can run out the building, if you like, and say, I want to leave my other half. But actually, there's more to it than that. Where's the money going to go? Who's going to get the house, the cat? If you've got children, you've got a responsibility, an ongoing relationship to discuss. And that's exactly what we have with the European Union as well. So defaulting to WTO terms as well, make the case for that too. That isn't Premier League, if you want to do a football analogy. That's liking us and your camera crew going outside into the grass and using our football bags, as the goalposts. It is the most basic of trade relationships, and we are the 5th largest trading nation in the world. We can do better than that. That's not where we want to be. It would be damaging to our economy because of what it would do to our trade, particularly agriculture, aerospace, and so forth. It would damage our security because we would lose the threat picture across Europe, and also reputationally. I was in Italy a few days ago for the anniversary of the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Monte Cassino. And there, of course, people were asking about Brexit, saying, why is there the paralysis? Not where do you want to go, but why is it actually taking so long? Internationally, to go to no deal would damage our reputation as a country that is involved, that participates on the international stage. It would be a retrograde step.
Okay. Now, the leadership contest is in full swing. Are you going to run?
Am I going to run?
Straight question, straight answer.
And I'll give you a straight answer. I don't have the rank and I don't have the experience. I'm not going to run. And this isn't a TV reality contest. Your introduction just prompted me to think, how does it look to the nation when we've just spoken on the biggest issue, Brexit? And take Brexit. If this was Brexit, or the decision of Brexit, and you remove it from the table, you actually have a nation where the economy is going well, better than Japan, better than Germany. From climate change, best in the G20, inflation targets under control, employment doing really well. All of that is brilliant. Put Brexit back on the table and it all disappears. what we are doing to Britain, our reputation, is actually being affected by Brexit. Look at the polls, not from here, but the results of the local elections.
The leadership absolutely matters when it comes to Brexit, because who is the next leader of the Conservative Party is going to take the UK potentially in very different directions when it comes to Brexit. So who would you like to see as the next leader?
Let's have some loyalty, let's have some commitment, let's have some discipline in focusing on the one thing, putting in my glass here, the one thing that we need to get across the line, which is Brexit. The idea that we jump ahead and start toying around who should be the leader, and then everybody, you talk about the Grand National. I mean, I do urge my colleagues to think, why are they putting their name forward? Is it to raise their own profile? And some colleagues as well are changing their views in order to woo our membership to raise their profile as well. This is getting things in the wrong order. Our focus must be to get Brexit across the line, get that out the way, so we can then have a bigger, wider debate as to how we should earn the respect of the nation to be a one-nation progressive party, centre-right, fiscally responsible, able to take the nation forward, and most importantly, engage with a younger generation, which we're failing to do.
You sound quite frustrated.
I am frustrated, I really am, because this entire process, we are one of the oldest political party in the world. Our popularity ebbs and flows. It's important that we show that discipline, focuses our mind on what needs to be done, and then have that important debate with our party. But the debate at the moment is actually being focused the wrong way around. We're trying to actually impress our membership and then ask our membership what they want and then repeat those, rather than looking beyond our membership, beyond our base, to what excites the nation, to say, what is it that can allow the Conservative Party to continue to be in office?
Okay, thank you very much.